Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your May monthly abundance reading. I'm so glad to have this chance to read for you. Really excited about looking into your energies and seeing what messages Spirit has for you. Remember, this is a general reading. It may not resonate for everyone. However, if you like my style, please feel free to like, share, or subscribe to our channel at Light Guided. We'd love to have you as a subscriber. There's information below on the extended readings and also on private readings. Please feel free to check out our website. All right, so Pisces, the channeled messages that I received for you is that some of you are really overly focusing on details right now rather than the big picture. So you're spending a lot of time, you're spending a lot of time really focused in on the little things. Maybe it's something like you're cleaning the house, but you're focused on scrubbing every piece of grout between every tile, that kind of thing. So you're obsessing over the small things. At the same time, underneath all of that intensity, you are showing a very quiet strength. You're hardworking, you're focused on getting to your abundance, and you recognize that your hard work will pay off. So for some of you, it's just the experience of put your head down and focus, and it'll pay off. You're kind of powering through, and I can't read my writing. With regard to your relationship to abundance, you do feel like you're moving in the direction of your dreams. So many of you have a destination, you have a focus, you know where you're going, you know how to get there. And a lot of you are, again, really focused on coins, like just really focused on earning the money. And as we know, that's one part of abundance, but abundance is so much bigger than that. Abundance is an attitude, and it's a gratitude. It's a way of being in life. And we can have an attitude of abundance. And when we do, it multiplies. Everything gets bigger. So the first card that fell out was Sun. We're going to start with looking at your overall energies, and then we'll get into the details. So we have the Sun and woman holding a coin. That's kind of what I was talking about, being focused on coins, being focused on the money part of things. That you think that actually the money will lead to your full abundance and happiness. But we'll talk more about that here shortly. Let me pull one more card, please, for Pisces. One more card for Pisces. And adjacent possibilities. So these are great cards. The Sun, wonderful energy. This is about basking in the reward of all that you've earned, all that you've efforted toward, that this is where you're hoping to get. If I work really hard now, if I put all the effort in now, I can bask in the reward. The sun will shine on me. And this is also, I'm noticing this is also a new beginning for some of you. So where some of you might have had the experience of abundance being just out of reach, you're moving into a new attitude, and the attitude of what I was saying before, which is that the abundance is everywhere. And as you start recognizing that, it's a new beginning, it's a new way of thinking for you. And here's that energy, woman holding a coin, right? Really focused on the external aspects of abundance and what that means. And again, for some of us, the sense of security with our dollars is an important part of how we begin to create abundance. But recognize that abundance is so much more than just the material part. More than what we have. Abundance is also about who we are. And then adjacent possibilities. And we'll start with this card and look a little bit more deeply at what adjacent possibilities might mean for you. What I'm getting right away from that card, for many of you, is that you might be having job offers coming in, multiple job offers, the possibility of moving into a new home or moving to a new state for a job offer. There's some excitement around that for you. And Spirit, let's get some additional clarity on adjacent possibilities. What is that for Pisces? Yeah, for most of you that this reading is for, you're pretty clear. Your direction is pretty clear. It's almost like some of you have a 5-year plan and you're now in the process of fulfilling that toward your abundance. So let's take a look at adjacent possibilities. Awareness. Normally I don't read cards in the reverse, but this card did come out upside down, and I am getting that for some of you, you may not be, if you're too much in the details and you're too focused on your coins, you're too focused on the bottom line, you may end up missing new opportunities coming to you, whether that's a job or what have you. So for example, there might be an opportunity between 2 jobs, one that you really think would just be an amazing fit for you and it sounds like the dream job, and the other job is not your dream job, but you earn more money. If you're not being aware of what abundance means to you, you may end up choosing the job that's less fulfilling. So you might make a lot of money, but you might not be fulfilled. So be mindful about how you're choosing those opportunities. And Spirit, please, some additional clarification. Emotional withdrawal. You might need to take some time as those opportunities begin to present themselves. You may need to take some time to really look at what that means to you. As I just said, what does abundance actually mean to you? Is it only always about the coins, or is it about something so much more, something so much bigger than you can even imagine? And the card that leapt out onto the floor is Trapped in Fear. Let's get some additional clarification on Trapped in Fear. Some of what I'm hearing is some of you are motivated to get your coins because of fear. Let's see if we can get some additional clarification on that. There's a desire for recognition and reward. You might not be recognized or rewarded if you're not being an overachiever, basically. If that wasn't part of your persona, you might not get that need fulfilled, and it's coming from a place of fear. Yeah, here we go again, base chakra, which is related to survival and, basic needs, right? For some of you, the fear of not having your coins, of not having that money in place that is part of your security, can just trigger lots and lots of fear. So for some of you, before you can even move into a space of considering an alternative way of looking at abundance, you definitely need to secure your coins. Spirit, what additional messages do you have for Pisces and solar plexus chakra? So this is also about action, taking action, but being balanced, right? Taking appropriate action, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this emotional withdrawal, tapping into your inner guidance, making sure that, see, even my cat agrees. My cat is trying to break in. They love to sit with me when I'm reading. Unfortunately, when that happens, then it's very difficult to read, as you can imagine. Anyway, so this is a very spiritual process for you. This emotional withdrawal, looking into your energy bodies, making sure that you are taking the right action, making sure that you're making the choice that is best suited for you. Let's look a little bit more closely at the sun, Spirit. What additional messages do you have for Pisces around the sun? Rejoice and celebrate. So what I get from that particular card is celebrate the abundance you already have. Celebrate the fact that you're able to work, that you're able-bodied, that you're able to have goals and dreams, and celebrate that. And celebrating those things before they even happen, celebrating our abundance before we even see the manifestation of that, draws it to us. And being in appreciation is also just, honestly, it's just a nicer way to feel. It's a nicer way to live. And it's part of your foundation. So have the coins, focus on the coins, allow that to be part of your need that you need to fulfill in order to have a foundation, but stay in gratitude for what you already have. In other words, don't be so overly focused on what you don't have. And Passion Ignited fell out. I'm just going to put that aside for right now. We'll see if it fits into the story at some point. Additional clarifiers for the sun, for Pisces. Heart chakra. I love it. I love it. Being connected with your heart. Again, that gratitude, being connected with appreciation for everything that you've worked for, everything that you've been rewarded and received as a result of that work. Being in gratitude. And the waiting game came out upside down. I'm going to set that aside for just a moment as well and see where that wants to fit in. And the last two cards that popped out, Crown Chakra and Rest and Rejuvenate. So for those of you who I'm getting a couple different messages here. Let's start with Rest and Rejuvenate. So for those of you that are really focused, your efforts, you're waiting on other opportunities, you're practicing now this appreciation and gratitude, you're also being called to rest right now. And I'm seeing a lot of fours in your reading as well, which is foundation, stability, finding some time to take care of yourself. Maybe that's a short trip. Maybe you can get out to nature. There's also a lot of green in here. So maybe that time away will help you to feel and connect in more with gratitude and appreciation for what you have. And then also tapping into or opening your crown chakra. The message that I get from this is that for some of you, while you're being very successful at getting your coins and you're being very focused and you're reaching your goals, again, repeating that message that the over attention and the over focus on just the external is cutting you off from this important spiritual connection that you have, which when you're tapped into that spiritual awareness, you start to see the possibilities that are available to you, and you're able to make decisions based on your highest good, based on what's best for your life, and not just an intellectual decision based on the expectations of others or even the expectations we have of ourselves. Like, I'm supposed to earn a certain amount of money. Even if I'm not happy, it's okay as long as I earn that much money, that kind of thing. And I want to look a little bit more closely at these. These both came out, and it feels like a separate storyline. So I'm just going to shift these over, and let's see what we get here. What I'm getting for some of you, and there may be some overlap, but it really does feel like a separate story to me. I'm getting for some of you that there is a new, hold on, let me pull a clarifier first, and let me just clarify this Passion Ignited. Passion Ignited, what is this for Pisces, passion ignited, mental conflict, partnerships and alliances. So this was coming across to me in a couple of different ways. At first, it came across as a relationship for some of you, that there may be a new relationship that's just entering the picture that has your interest piqued. But as I pulled additional clarifiers, what started to emerge is that for others of you, this might actually be around starting a business, and you're having some conflict about it, and primarily about partnerships and alliances. And the conflict, actually, let me get another clarifier before I say that out loud. Let me just make sure that I'm getting clear on this. This conflict around passion ignited, victory and success. So for some of you, you're evaluating the so it's sort of the possibility of partnering with people on this venture, this passionate venture that you have, but you're in conflict over it. And part of that is because you're not quite sure of the path of success. If you combine forces with others, whether that's merging a business or combining two businesses or just having a partner help you with your idea, there's part of you that's a little tentative about that. And I'm seeing this in progressive order, 1, 2, 3. But you're a little tentative about that, and you're not quite sure if you can be successful with a partner, if it will dampen your vision, if it'll dampen your passion. Or again, on the other side of that, if you need a partner, some of you might need a partner to help with the financial part of your business, to help with like, more the business-minded part of it while you do the passion part of it. So I'm getting some of that for a few of you. And waiting game, does waiting game relate to that? Let me get clarification on waiting game. On waiting game, I have emotional loss. And sacrifice. This still feels like it's related to this possible business idea here. And you might be concerned that if you wait too long, you're going to miss an opportunity to make the right decision. And this goes back to the adjacent possibilities as well. And so remember, what we were reminded here was to be spending some time being aware of what drives us toward abundance. Is it the money, or is it a feeling? And the storyline that I'm getting here is that there's some of you that just has this passion for some kind of business that you want to do. And it may not earn a lot of money, and you might need some support, but you're feeling a little conflicted about how to do that. And are you going to end up sacrificing either your vision or your business in making that decision, whether you partner or not to partner? And you're feeling really pressured on the time. You're feeling like time is running out and that you need to make that decision quickly, and it's causing you some turmoil. This sort of feels like sleepless nights to me. Oh boy, interesting reading, Pisces. Let's take a quick look at any healing messages that Spirit might have for you. Any angel messages that Spirit has for Pisces. I have 2, sacral chakra. You are highly sensitive to chemicals, additives, processed foods, and energies right now. Respect your sensitivities by avoiding harsh items, situations, and relationships. So when I think of emotional withdrawal and rest and rejuvenation, that's what that card is talking about to me, that it's time to just spend a little time away and make sure you're taking care of your physical body, your emotional body, your intellectual body, all of it, that you are really being kind to yourself and protecting yourself so that you can make these decisions. And I'm also getting manifestation power. Use your spiritual gifts and natural abilities to attract your desired outcome. So particularly for those of you where this storyline resonates around starting your own business, particularly there, you're being called to visualize what success looks like to you. You're being called to see that, and that as you visualize that and meditate on that, it will help you to realize the next right step. And only you can decide what that is. What does abundance mean to you? Does it mean coins, or does it mean a fulfilling life full of sunshine and happiness? And how do you make that decision and find balance? So let's pull some healing crystals. Dioptase is heart healing. So doing some healing around the heart chakra, and maybe around this emotional loss, this sadness, this fear, this anxiety that you're having about making this decision. Moonstone, you're reminded that everything happens in cycles. And Preonite, trust. Trust is a really important part of all of this, right? Trusting in the process, trusting yourself, trusting divine wisdom. Any additional messages for Pisces? Awakening crystal, emotional healing. So yeah, really nurturing yourself right now, really taking care of yourself before you make any of these big decisions. Time to take a step back, maybe go to the park. I don't know where you are, if you're in lockdown or not, but if you have a chance to connect with nature, that could really help. So I will be doing an extended reading, Pisces. We'll be looking a little bit more deeply at the blocks and barriers that are keeping you from your abundance in the month of May, and some more healing messages around that. In the meantime, if this message resonated for you, I hope you'll like, share, subscribe, and we thank you so much for visiting.